Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. How excited am I? I'm in the latest issue of Creative Stamping, which is the world's #1 stamping magazine. As you know, some of you, well, most of you should know because I've told you several times, I'm on the design team for Indigoblu. And there's me here, down in on the bottom, so you can see me in all my glory. And this is the article and the sample that I had to make for the magazine. So it was a mini card box with lots of cards and things in, and there's all the patterns. So this magazine is out now. It's issue number 140, and it hit the shops, I think it was the 10th of October. So, you know, it's been out shortly. It's absolutely cram-packed full of all sorts of ideas. And Indigoblu have done, let me just put that to one side. Indigoblu have done this amazing stamp set, which is, let me try and get it so it's not on the shadow, over 40 stamps, completely free. So it's all Christmas, you know, you've got your Merry Christmas, all of these are separate. So that's one piece, that's another piece, that's another piece, that's another piece. Lots of pieces for doing wreaths. So there's hollies, beautiful stag, lovely deer, robins we really like. I like, there's a postage stamp, and there's also the actual postage, you know, postmark on there, which is good. You've got all sorts of words and things. There's music, there's corners, there's snowflakes. You know, if you're starting out, even if you're not, and you just want to have some more in your collection, this is a fantastic one to get, because as I say, it's completely free. Not only do you get that, you also get a stencil. So let me have a look and see if I can show you this stencil. Yes, so the stencil, you've got the lovely sort of pattern, wording. This is really rather nice because it's pine cones and fir, and then those are snowflakes. So and there's a downloadable for papers as well. So I'm not going to get those out, but there's lots of papers. So I thought that I would do a card using one of these lovely images, and we're going to be using the lovely stag because I just absolutely love him. So I've got a positioning tool, I've got a piece of paper which is square. This one is 5.5 square, I think, and I'm just going to put the image down in the center like that. So I'm going to use VersaFine Onyx Black because that's the one that I prefer, because it gives a really fine image, and I'm just going to take it off and put it there so you can see it. So all I'm going to do is to ink that up, and as I say, they are just beautiful stamps. They really are. Now, I know you can get them online. And as I say, the magazine is, just get it out again so you can just have a look while I'm doing it. Creative Stamping, and it's number 140. So as I say, if you're looking for Christmas ideas, it is absolutely lovely. So we're just going to stamp this just in on the center like this, and hopefully it'll stamp out in one. I took it on a positioning tool because you can then make it darker if you want. So yes, I do need to just give it a second go. But you can see the detail is beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. So just want to give it just one more, and that's a good thing about a positioning tool, particularly if you've got a large stamp. It's a good idea to have a positioning tool, because then you can turn it around this way actually, then I don't have to stand up too much because my camera is literally just above. So but positioning tools are really good because you can just get, I'm just giving it a bit of a wiggle. There we are. And you can see, look at the detail of that. That's absolutely beautiful. Really, really is stunningly beautiful. So in fact, I've just got a little piece in on here that I haven't quite, and I know why. It's because I've got the magnet right there. So I just want to get that little tiny one in, just in on there. It's just catching where the magnet is. So I just want to take it, that's fine. Okay, so I've now got this. I can now take that out. I'm going to take it this way because I don't want to get it mucky till I've cleaned it off. So we have this lovely image. I mean, isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. Now I've prepared a couple of little bits on here. So I've got my card blank, which is a square one, and I've got some red cardstock to go on there. So it's going to sit in the center like that. So it can be a beautiful, really rather nice, clean and simple card on there. And I am going to, I want to colour the baubles in red because I've got red in on here. So I'm just, excuse me, I've just got to grab my glasses. Says me, I might have to do it without my glasses. I don't know where I put them. They're about somewhere, but they're not. Oh yes, there they are. Hold on, grab them again. There we are. Right, I need glasses for close-up work now. So I've got a red because I think it will look quite nice to have them in red. I'm going to do it in the light one, I think, because I don't want them too dark. So all I'm going to do is to just take these baubles, and you can paint them or colour them in however you want. So I'm just going to do all of the little round ones, I think. That's quite a big round one, we'll have him as well. They are really, as I say, I was so excited that I was chosen to have something put in the magazine. And I think those of you who've had articles and things put in magazines, I think the first time is always the most exciting. So I think over time, because hopefully I will be on the design team for Indigoblu for quite a while, because I do love all of the things that they do, it might wear off a little bit. I don't think so. I think any excitement of, you know, if you're a crafter and you've been crafting a long time, it's always nice to have that accolade, isn't it? And to say, I'm actually in print, which I think is always rather exciting. So that's the red ones on there. Then I want to have some yellow, I think, because I want to have, let's find the little space, come on, is that back in there? What yellow have I got? I've got this yellow. That's quite nice, isn't it? That's a Stampin' Up one, which is the little star can be done in that. Trying to do it without getting right down to the bottom. So that's quite nice. I'm going to do the other end actually. It's not as easy to colour that way. And let's have these ones in yellow. So we've just got the red and the yellow. And that's a yellow. That one's a yellow. Okay, now we've got little bows and things on there, so I can do it with something sort of quite fine, I think. Shall we have, we want the, I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do that. I might actually do it with a marker because it is quite fine and I don't want to go over the edge. So if I just take this, because it's very fine, I can just take this up, just have it going over the edge. Because I don't really want to be taking it too far over the edge, so I'm just taking those up there. Don't know how much ink there is in this one actually, to just turn it round a bit. That up there, and again turn your card round when you're doing the other side, so let's just take that round like that, that round like that. There's not very much ink on here, but there's just about enough to do it, hopefully, because this is really just about running out. But I'm using up all my old stocks and things. Okay, so that's given us the baubles, snowflakes on there. There's little birds as well. So I want quite a pale brown. What pale brown have I got? Is this a, let me have a little look and see what this light one is like. Just need to put this on a tiny little bit of scrap. Have I got a little bit of scrap? I cleared my desk out, so I'm doing really well, not having lots of bits of scrap and things here, there and everywhere. And of course, when you want a piece, you haven't got it. So I just need to grab a little piece of something. Come on, grab a piece of scrap. This'll do. Right, let me just have a little look and see how pale that is. That'll be all right, I think. Okay, so we're going to have the antlers in this sort of pale colour. I can take that down like that. Now, yes, I'm spending some time colouring, but you know, we can chat. I know that quite a lot of my subscribers just enjoy sitting, watching and joining in, and as I say, it's so nice to have beautiful stamps, and as I say, you can get this magazine. I know some of my friends who are in the US and Canada have turned around and said that you can get it online, so that I think is quite good. And again, you get all of these for free, plus all the inspiration for a magazine. So if you're somebody who buys craft magazines, not only do you get all the inspiration in the magazine, you get this fantastic stamp set. And I just love Indigoblu's images, I really do. I think they are just beautiful. You know, this stag is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's my completely my sort of thing. You know, I really love stags and things at Christmas. For me, are just beautiful. You know, with wonderful antlers. That's really sort of a real nice Christmassy image, particularly for more grown-up cards, as it were. You know, for the kids, you sort of do snowmen and things like that. But particularly here in the UK, in the southeast where I live, if we get a smattering of snow, as in half a dozen snowflakes a year, we're lucky. So, you know, we don't get snow. So at Christmas time, as I've said to you quite often, I back onto a 300-acre deer park, which is part of the castle grounds. And I take my dog for a walk up there every morning, and particularly at this time of year, because it's now, the clocks are just about to sort of turn round and go back over here, you have these really lovely stags and deer. And in fact, I've got 2 antlers that, not that sort of size, but smaller antlers, where the deer shed them before they start, you know, in what they call the rutting season in the springtime. And yeah, they're just, I just think they're lovely. Now I want a paley sort of beigey colour on this, don't I? Have I got a paler one? What's that might be a paler colour. Let me have a look and see what this one's like, because I don't want anything that's too, oh yes, that looks better. Okay, so I want down on here, I want this to come quite sort of pale on here for his face. I quite like that sort of pale look. Oh, there's not much colour on this one either. I think a lot of my inks and things are just sort of on their way out. I might just get enough on here. Don't know, I might not. I might have to do the other. So yeah, so I see deer quite often up in the park, and you have to be very, very quiet, because they will freeze and stay very, very still, and then suddenly they will race off. And it's normally the time when I get my camera out on my phone to take a picture, and literally at that moment you can see that they start racing away. So you don't always get a chance to capture them, but they are absolutely beautiful. I think they are really lovely, and so sort of majestic as well. And the deers that I have aren't, they're not huge, you know, they're small. I think they're roe deer, which are the smaller ones, so they're not the sort of Rudolph type large reindeer. They're just small. They're about the size of, oh, I don't know, a Great Dane or something. You know, they're not massive, but they are just beautiful. And I really love just watching them and trying to see them coming down. And they normally always sort of 3 or 4 together, which is nice. Now I'm just doing a little bit of sort of colouring over and shading in on here, so we haven't got too much going on, but I want that sort of pale bit down on the face like that. So that's that bit. And then all I need to do is to do the little robin, and I want the I don't want the robin to be too bright. There's a cardinal and a robin, so my little robin is going to be just sort of orange down on here for the robin. The cardinal is going to be in the darker, because cardinals tend to be really sort of bright. And I'm going to keep him in more sort of orange colours. So like that. Might just give them a little bit more colour on there. And then we just need another little bit of brown. What brown did I have? Let's have this earth brown. Just put that in on here for a little robin. Like that. So that sort of coloured him in nicely. And so what I want to do is, now I could keep it like this, just put it on there and have it clean and simple, which I think looks quite nice. But with all of these lovely bits and pieces in on here, I thought it would be quite nice to add some extra pieces in as well. So I like, what have we got? We've got these lovely music notes here. So I'm going to take these music notes, and I might even take a corner. Do I have a big corner or a little corner? I think a little corner. That sort of size. Or do I have this one which is bigger? Actually, I think I might have that and just have that off the edge a little bit. So I'm going to take this with on a block like that, and I want a fairly pale colour, I think. Do I want a pale colour or do I want a dark? I think I want a fairly pale. I don't want red. I'm just having a look. I want to use Versafine Clair because they work very well. So I think I will use this one because it's going to be just a little bit darker. So let's put this one in on the corner. So if I take those edges like that, I think that will work. Oh yes, that's quite nice, isn't it? And it's not quite as dark as the using black. So I'm trying to get that so it comes out on the edge like that. Let's put one in on here. This way, and then we'll have one in this corner like this. Oops, I don't think I got that little bit there, did I? No. It's very juicy. Like that. Okay, so that's given a lovely sort of little image on there, hasn't it? I think that's worked quite well. So that sort of brought it all in a bit. I'll clean those up later, I think. Let's put that up there. And I was going to just have some music notes, wasn't I? Let's have a little look on here, but I want those quite pale. Now, I've got to try and look and see which way up they should go. Absolutely no idea. I think once I've stamped it, I'll be able to tell, but I want it really quite pale. So I'm going to use like a Sahara sand because that's really quite pale, isn't it? Because I don't want it to overpower. So let's just get that on here and see which way up. That way or that way? That way, I think. It's very difficult to tell, isn't it? Did I say that way? I'm just going to ink that up and see for a minute. Yeah, that looks about right, doesn't it? So do it that way. And then all I want to do is to take this, take my glasses off before I knock the camera. So I just want to take this, just quite pale. Just over there, just to give a little bit of interest behind. So because we've coloured this in, I can just take it right the way along the background like this without it And that's why using a very pale colour. There we go. So you can see on that, I've just used it to give a really nice sort of pale background in there, which has just sort of contrasted it a little bit. So if we then take our card blank, we can then put this on top like that, and you've got that lovely image and everything coming round on there. Now all you need to do is to take, I'm just going to wipe that off a bit because I don't want to get the back of the card mucky. All we need to do now is to just take a little sentiment, and we can have, there's so many on here. Walking in a Winter Wonderland, Merry Christmas, Noel, Peace, Happy Christmas. I think, and I quite like Happy Christmas, Deck the Halls. I think I'm going to have Happy Christmas, because then I can put Happy Christmas straight along the top. Let's just take that out like that. Now I could do it and just cut it, but I'm not going to. Oh, I need to put that down flat, don't I? I think it's got a little bit of a twist in there. Let's bring that down that way so it's straight. There we go, that's better. And I'm going to do that one in just the black, so we can just have the words up on there like that. And then I just need to put this here, put that in there, and we've got Happy Christmas. And there is a lovely Christmas card, quite subtle, but very pretty. And it has been done completely with free stamps from Creative Stamping Magazine, with my article inside. So, me in print in the magazine. Lovely card. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.